Welcome to your tapping session. This is Dr. Dawn here. I'd like to walk you through a tapping script for grief, despair, or loss. These are heavy emotions that some of us carry around. I invite you now to turn into the sensations and the emotions of any grief or loss or despair that you have or that you are feeling that you've had regarding a person, a place, a situation. Just tune into that. Notice where in your body that may lie and how it shows up for you. Is it in your head? Is it in your heart? Do you carry it in your lower body? And how does this really feel to you? Just notice. Without any judgment, just start to tune into your body. These are deep and heavy emotions that we're going to change and transmute so that you can be healed, that you can be free to live life to its fullest and experience joy. So let's just keep noticing and get curious. So as you tune into your feelings, let's make a mental note on a scale of 1 to 10. What is the intensity of these feelings? Honestly and without judgment, just give yourself a rating from 1 to 10. First impression, just note it. Okay. Now, as you notice that, let's start by taking a nice, big, deep, healing breath. Just bring yourself to the here and now and settle in and get ready for your transformation. Take another big, deep breath, a relaxing breath, and sink into the surface you're sitting or lying on. Now just take a moment to notice the importance of what you're about to transmute in your subconscious mind and in your energy body, in your mental and emotional charge you have about this particular person, this place, or this event that you've experienced. You are ready to create change on a neurological and energetic level. What we are doing by tapping on acupuncture points is rewiring your brain. We are literally going to be reducing the emotional charge on this so that you can heal and transform your experience completely, no longer causing suffering in your life. So you can do tapping like this several times a day, as often as you need, once a day, once a week. Tap as much as you need just to get the intensity down to about a 0 or a 2 on that scale of 1 to 10. Okay, so we are doing a general tapping session here. So as you dive deeper into your own sessions and emotions, you can change the words to suit your very individual needs because you know best what you need and how you feel. Okay, so let's get started. Tapping on the side of the hand, the karate chop point, repeating after me out loud. Even though I have all this grief, all this despair and these emotions surrounding it, shame, guilt, whatever these emotions are, I am still open to peace. Even though I have all this grief, repeating after me, all this loss and despair, all this heaviness, I deeply and completely love myself. Even though I have all this heaviness in my heart, keep tapping on the side of the hand, and all this grief and sadness, I don't know what to do. I accept all my feelings and I honor my process. Good job. Now tapping on the inside of the eye, repeating all this heaviness in my heart. Tapping on the side of the eye, all of the heaviness in my heart and soul. Tapping under your eye. It's so intense. I don't know how I can go on. Tapping under your nose, all this grief. Tapping on the chin, all of my sadness. Tapping on the collarbone points, all of this hurt and pain. Tapping under the arm, it feels like just too much. Tapping on the top of the head, but it's safe to give it a voice. Tapping on the inside of the eye, it's so heavy. Tapping on the side of the eye, it's tiring. It's dragging me down. Keep breathing. And tapping under your eye, I've been carrying it around, suffering day after day. Tapping under your nose, but I can't seem to let it go. Tapping on the chin, it's hard to let it go. I don't know if I can. Tapping on the collarbone points, part of me doesn't want to let it go. Tapping under your arm, part of me worries. I don't know how to let it go. And tapping on the top of your head, I am blocked from moving on with my life. All the joy is being sucked away. Tapping on the inside of the eye. Keep breathing. If I let this grief go. Tapping on the side of the eye. If I let all this heaviness go. Tapping under the eye. How will I let it go? And how will I move on? Tapping under the nose. Does it mean that I won't miss this person as much anymore or care? Tapping on the chin. Does it mean I don't love them anymore? Tapping on your collarbone points. Does it mean I don't still love them at all? Does it mean I'm going to forget? Tapping under your arm. Does it mean I don't care anymore? Tapping once again on the top of the head, so it's just hard to let go. Tapping on the inside of your eye. I worry. Tapping on the side of the eye, that by letting it go, tapping under your eye, it's dishonoring their memory. Tapping under the nose. Or is it? Tapping on the chin. Who says it has to be? Tapping on your collarbone points. What if I could lift some of this weight? Tapping under the arm. Maybe I could lessen some of this pain. And tapping on the top of your head. Some or all of this hurt, perhaps. You're doing great. Keep going. Tapping again on the inside of the eye. I can release this pain and still honor their memory. Tapping on the side of the eye. I can surrender. I can let this heaviness go because I love them and I love myself. Tapping under your eye. I can honor their love and myself at the same time. Tapping under the nose. I can lessen this weight and have compassion. Tapping on your chin. Compassion for my process. And tapping on your collarbone points again. Choosing compassion for me is the ultimate surrendering. Tapping under your arm. I don't have to carry the guilt, the loss, and the despair around to honor them, or the situation, or even to honor myself. Tapping on the top of the head, I honor my process. Tapping on the inside of the eye, and I get to choose how I feel. Tapping on the side of the eye, and I am choosing compassion for myself now. Tapping under the eye, I am releasing all resistance to my higher self. Tapping under your nose, releasing all old stuck patterns of grief, of despair, and any loss now. Tapping on my chin, my subconscious mind has held on to these feelings for long enough. Tapping your collarbone points, yet I know I can surrender and reach higher and feel better. Tapping under the arm, the grief, the loss, the despair is not who I am. Tapping on the top of your head, I now release the old patterns I've been holding on to for too long now. One more round. Tapping on the inside of the eye, I am safe to feel and to let go. Tapping on the side of the eye, fully able to surrender now. Settling into peace. Tapping under the eye, releasing the subconscious thoughts and feelings I've held. Now tapping under your nose. No matter who or what these patterns are, I release these energies and these thoughts now. Tapping on my chin, I am safe, I am protected, I am whole. Tapping on your collarbone points, releasing all patterns of loss and grief from thoughts, feelings, body, mind, and spirit, and all life situations. Tapping under your arm with the golden light, the highest vibration of divine love and creation, I transmute now. And tapping on the top of the head, I am free. All is well. Feeling peace and love, perfectly relaxed. Now take a nice big healing breath. Well done. Now, time to get curious again. Just check in to see what is the intensity of those emotions you started with now on a scale from 1 to 10. Just feeling the relaxation and the peace you've cultivated. Honestly, just give it a rating from 1 to 10. Any drop in points, 2, 5 points is very significant. You've done a great job. And your nervous system has now begun reprogramming. And the more you tap on your issues or emotions, the more healing you will have, and then experience fullness of life, no longer being held down by the weight, the loss, and the grief. So now just imagine that energy flowing through your whole body. Enjoy this feeling and enjoy your tapping.